bored. Are you bored? Let's talk.
The Bored MILF.
Hey everyone, it's your girl, the Bored MILF. I'm here with Scooby the Gambler. I'm bored. Are you bored?
I never know what to say on this book. Yes, I'm bored. Is that what it's do?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
cool.
starting early.
I don't know what.
Happy New Year, everyone!
It's like February already.
No, it's not.
Practically.
It's like the second to third week in January.
Exactly. So you missed the window of saying Happy New Year.
No, you can say Happy New Year all through the month of January. If you haven't seen someone since December or whatever,
No,
you see them, even if I see them January 30th or
there's a cutoff point.
Days? Yeah.
You know what boggles my noggin? When people say Happy New Year when it's practically February, that doesn't make sense.
I'm bored. Are you bored? Let's
Happy
talk.
New Year. Oh, sorry.
So yes, Happy New Year, everyone. This is a new year.
February.
And the first episode of the new year is going to be a Boggle my Noggle.
Noggin, right?
Well, I mean, you keep on getting all upset about it.
It's a terrible name.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
not.
Boggle my nog.
Boggle
something.
my noggin.
Boggle my N.
Noggin
my
still
N-word.
means head. Then why do they have a Nickelodeon show called Noggin?
No, but you originated with Noggle, which is not a thing. So you compromise with Noggin because Noggin is a thing.
But Noggle could be like a. Is Boggle my
There's
Noggle?
no could be. There's no such word. But go ahead. Well, whatever.
I like Boggle my Noggle.
Boggle my February Happy New Year. Go ahead.
Anyway, so we have a couple of things. Well, I have a couple of things that I want to talk about that's really been bothering me. So recently, I've been seeing like going down. Oh, do you want to do your sponsor?
Oh, you remembered. I was gonna let you go because apparently my sponsor joke is a waste of time.
It's not. I never said it was a waste of time.
Yeah,
I just said
I'm gonna reach over here for my sponsor.
I just said that they don't pay you for sponsoring.
I mean,
You give them free advertisement. Well, I do that with mixed tiles. I love mixed tiles. Mixed tiles is the shit. You should go there.
Why can't I have my gag? You have your Noggle. Why can't I have this?
Whatever. Go ahead.
What's he say about Red Bull? I'm saying sometimes you need some. Matter of fact, I need some wings right now. Go ahead. You can continue.
That doesn't even work.
Doesn't work?
Meaning, I don't think it gives people energy. Like, I drink a Red Bull before. It's disgusting.
You didn't drink it right.
I drink it with alcohol.
Yo, you gotta get the watermelon one and make a watermelon trash can. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead, continue your story.
Oh, whatever. Okay, so on my timeline, I've been seeing a lot of like people saying or posting videos or something or a picture, and it'd be like, if you know, you know. Right?
Yeah.
But they use the acronyms or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here like looking at the video and like, I don't know. Like this lady was cutting up some type of fish, right? And then she kept gathering whatever was coming off of it and doing like this. And like, if you know, you know. No, bitch, I don't fucking know.
Alright, so then it wasn't for you.
Then why do people do that shit? That's so dumb.
Because it's for the people that know. If you ain't in the know, then it ain't
It's
for
so stupid because the whole point for me, I feel like for some people, for a lot of people, when you're posting a video, you want traction. It's your content and you want people to be relatable to you with whatever you're posting, or you're using your platform to make people aware, or give people knowledge on things, right? So,
Go ahead.
So if I was, for instance, if I was a lumberjack, I'm gonna post videos of cutting wood. Now, if I stumble across something that normal lumberjacks, come across, like let's say there was something inside the wood that split it, and then it was no good. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm not gonna post that video and be like, look at it, and then be like, oh, if you know, you know.
Why not though? Everybody who's a lumberjack can be like, oh, if you're not a lumberjack, you're like, what?
But if it's an insider, then let it be a fucking insider.
That's why they're saying if you know, you know. So if you don't get it, keep scrolling.
But it's still stupid to me. That's all I'm saying. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. If you know, you know. You're looking at it like, what? So you know what I do. I'm pretty sure you do the same thing. I go straight to the comments.
When I don't get something, I go to the comments.
I go to the
comments. Look for a spoiler. Hope somebody spoils it for you.
Exactly. Because I think it's really dumb. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
It's dumb. It's really stupid.
I don't think so. I disagree. Just saying. All right, what's next? Want me to
There's
do
plenty of things that you watch and you be like, everyone does this. They'll watch something and be so confused.
Yes.
Right? And they be like, what? But then the person puts, if you know, you know.
Then I'm no
what?
longer, once I see, if you know, you know, I'm no longer confused because I understand that is some kind of inside thing that I'm not inside of. So now I get why I don't get it. If it don't got that there, then I'm confused and I'm like, oh, this is dumb. This person's an idiot. But if they got some exclusivity that I'm not a part of, then they're not an idiot. They're just talking about something I don't know about.
It's really stupid.
Just saying.
It's really stupid.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so then I got my W-2, so I went to go do my taxes, right? So when I went to go do I do my taxes myself. I'm not sure if anyone else does that. I use TurboTax. I've been using TurboTax since like 2012.
See, are they sponsoring this? No. See?
No.
See what you just did there?
Shut up. Anyway, so I've been doing my own taxes through TurboTax since like 2012. But I was using other...
Yeah, wasn't there like some other one?
I was using another website to do my own taxes as well. So I really don't know before then. But since basically like 2012, I've been doing all my taxes through TurboTax, right? So this year, all my kids are basically grown. So I can't claim anybody anymore. Right? So every year I'm used to getting a small amount, like I've considered small throughout the whole year. Like I would get like maybe 3-4, right? But
okay.
You know what the
1,000,
weird,
right?
Yeah, 1,000. Okay. But you know the weird, before I get into it, but you know the weird thing is that all my friends that had kids, right? They were getting back $8,000, $9,000, $10,000.
Did they use TurboTax like you?
Some of them were.
Okay.
And then even during the time that we all were using like H&R Block, like going down to H&R Block, I would never get that amount. And they'd be claiming one kid. I'm claiming two. You know, their dad claimed the other two. You know, or whatever. For a long time. Okay. You know what I mean? By the time I was able to claim all 4, the 2 oldest ones, you know, they were working or whatever. So you know, I've been claiming my youngest too. So here's what I didn't understand. How is it possible that they were making more than me? Some of them were making more than me. Some of them were making just as much as me. Some were making less. And some of us had kids the same age. So I don't understand how they were still getting back $8,000 or $10,000. And I was literally just getting back. I think the largest amount I probably got back was about $6,000. You know what I mean? Here or there or whatever.
Yeah, it sounds like something you should be asking the tax expert. I'm just saying.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
So anyway, I'm a customer used to getting anywhere between $2,000 to upwards to maybe $4,000 every year. Now the kids, 2 of them have been in college, and I know I've claimed them. And then when they started wanting to do their own taxes or whatever to get their own money, I wouldn't claim them because they wouldn't get barely anything if
of course.
I still claimed them and they were doing taxes too. So.
What happened? Because I seen you take a deep breath. I know something's coming.
All right. So I inputted all my information, right? And from last year, I still had one of my girls on there. She's in college. I still had one of my girls on there, but I remember we had a talk, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do my own taxes this year, Ma. And you know, are you still claiming it?" I said no, because then you'll get less money than what you deserve. So it doesn't make no sense, right? And then so I still had her information in. I inputted all my new information for my W-2. And at the top of the TurboTax, the amount was 13, whatever. I figured that, all right, whatever, it's going to be 13, maybe 15, 1,300. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Then it comes to a question, but it's in black. And, you know, you do your taxes one time a year, you don't really pay attention to all that shit. So it was in black, and then my state return said $700 some odd dollars. No, it said $1,700. Everything's in black. I'm like, all right, let me continue. But then I was like, oh, let me take her out. I took her out. It still stayed at $1,300 some odd dollars. And then so I go to another page and it asks me, did you get a 4th stimulus check? I'm like,
damn, there's 4 now?
no. Yeah, I'm like, I didn't even get a 3rd one. Like, I'm like,
I didn't even get a 1st one. Go ahead.
I'm like, no, I didn't even get a 3rd one. It's like, oh, letter, da da da. You're saying that your amount was 0 and not $1,400. I'm like, yes, 0, not $1,400, right? So I hit that and I go to the next page. It refreshed. It went from black, $1,300 to green, $373. I wanted to fucking cry.
But isn't that good?
Green is good. That means, so
Right,
then
green
I
is
realized, right, so then I realized the black meant that I would owe the IRS. Like, why the fuck would I owe the IRS if you took out close to $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 from my check for the whole year? Why the fuck do I owe you that much goddamn money that you own, that you're saying that my overpayment will be $373 fucking dollars? That shit steamed me up.
Yep.
That really boggled my fucking Noggle.
I'm gonna let that go.
It did.
So, where's the part where you're surprised? I'm confused because you're talking about.
I'm used to getting
government right here.
I'm used to getting at least $2,000, and if not that, upwards to, like I said, 4, maybe 5,000.
Okay, but you just said you didn't claim anybody because you had to take.
I understand that, but I did not think. I still thought. Here's what I always thought. I always thought that the amount that they took out of my check,
no, I could already get.
I would get the majority of that back because it's like I'm loaning you my money so that you can incur interest on it because you're taking my money every fucking pay period. So the government is taking, or whoever is taking my money every fucking pay period, and they're holding it or doing what they do with it for the fucking world, and so therefore I'm gonna get my money back with no interest.
That's not how
well, not all of it, but I know I had to pay some taxes, but goddamn, you're telling me that out of $3,000 I'm only getting $300. You're telling me that's how much money I owed you for working to survive?
That's what they saying, because again,
it makes no fucking sense.
When they take the taxes out, right, they just guessing how much you should be paying, and when they get to the end of the year, then they go like, oh, okay, now that you worked the whole year, this is the real number, and then they give you back the difference. Or if their estimated number ain't enough, you got to give them the rest. So whatever they fucking, if you know, because you got to be in the know to know what the fuck their calculations are. So we are not, so we don't know, so we don't get that shit. We still looking in the comments trying to figure out what the fuck they doing. But at the end of the day, they the ones that's gonna make a decision at the end of the year, be like, nah, our calculator said that wasn't enough, you gotta give us more. Or they're gonna be like, alright, you paid enough, here's some back. You know what I mean? Like that's
way too much.
That's how I go.
I applaud those people that have multiple kids and they're still like in their 40s and shit with like a 10-year-old, you know what I mean, or whatever, or like even younger, you know what I mean, like even if they have like a 1-year-old right now, because that shit is not fun. It's not fun when you don't have kids no more to claim. So you're gonna
adopt a kid so you can get money?
I wish I could have another child.
Yeah, just adopt one. Same thing, right?
Nah, I don't want to adopt a kid.
Damn.
Because then I feel bad for disciplining them and stuff because they're really not my blood.
All right,
and stuff,
you hear that? Kids that living in an orphanage right now, you just gotta stay there and have a bad life.
If it's put on my heart, I will.
No, you clearly don't want them.
Man, my life is just beginning. My kids.
You don't want those rejects.
My kids are old now, so my life is just.
Anybody
beginning.
watching this from or listening to this from a foster home, y'all rejects. According to her, not to me. I don't think that.
Whatever. No, I'm just saying. I really do applaud those people that got mad kids, and their kids are still young.
Adopt kids. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna adopt. You gonna adopt kids?
But I can't. I'm not in a situation where I can. I'm not, but I would. I mean, I don't want them, growing up.
Well, tell me this:
in the system and whatnot.
You're saying I shouldn't be surprised that I'm getting back $373.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, and I guess that's my fault because I be like every year I'm always like not spending money on myself. Like, you know what I mean? It's always taking care of the household, the automobile. The kids, even though that they are older, your kids still need help. Like, and people act like, oh, they're 18 and, fuck them. Like, no, I don't do that. If you're a parent that kicks your child out or stops helping them, period, you know, I know that there should be a level of the type of help that you give your kid when they get older. But to completely just shut them off and basically like, oh, you're on your own, I think that's kind of fucked up.
Is it though? I mean, it depends.
No, I think it's fucked up. Maybe it depends on your relationship. I know, maybe it depends on your relationship with your child, you know, or whatever like that. But I think you're a fucked up parent. There's plenty of people I know that as soon as their kid turned 18, they kick them out. Like,
okay, but in some situations that might be the right thing to do.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Hey man. Every situation.
I'm not that parent. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but sometimes.
But if you are old, if you're older and you're living with me and you ain't doing shit with your life, then fuck yeah, no, get up, get a job, do this and that. And if you're not gonna do that, I mean, you got this time frame to get the fuck out.
Again,
you gotta learn how to survive on your own, and I get that. But at the end of the day, I know for me, I needed help more as an adult than I did as a child. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about mentally. I'm talking about, you know, anything, like, you know, even socially. I just needed more help, you know, from your family as an older person, as you know, as you're a young adult versus, you know, because you still need guidance when you're a young adult. You need more guidance as a young adult than you do as a kid.
Understood. I'm just saying.
You kick them out at 18. What the fuck?
So it depends on the kid. That's what I'm trying to say. Every kid is different.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying my personal opinion. I just think it's kind of foul. If again, depending on your relationship, if you have a great relationship with your kid, but you're still kicking them out at 18 and making them just fend for themselves, like, you know, you're kind of, what people don't understand what they're doing is, depending, like you said, depending on the child, you could be really mentally damaging them, and they could be thinking that you were just being cruel and damaging them, you know, from the inside out. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't care.
I mean, listen.
But
I don't know.
I get tough love when you have that one kid that just don't get it.
Hey,
so I get the tough love. I get that part. But, you know, and then you got some parents that just too much coddling throughout their whole entire life.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you have to take this on a case by case basis. If you have a certain type of kid, then it might be the right thing. Another type of kid, because you have multiple kids. If you were to take the same approach with all of them, it wouldn't work for,
obviously.
Like, it wouldn't work each
I know
time.
that.
So that's what I'm saying. So to say, oh, you should never do that. Hey, listen, man, sometimes it's the right thing to do, because the reason why they are the way they are is because maybe they were leaning on you too much. Maybe they were dependent on it. And if you just straight cut them off and send them to the wolves, that might be the best thing for them, if they have that personality and that mentality that can handle something like that. But if they can't, then you absolutely shouldn't do that. That's where I say.
But sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't know your child's personality until they start to get to know who they are. But you know what I mean? Like you, like sometimes you just can't. I don't know. It's a really touchy subject, and I guess that's like a whole nother episode.
Everything could be a whole episode.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like.
But but I'm just saying, like, them taxes was fucking ridiculous, and I wish I had like a kid that I could just claim. So if I didn't file yet, y'all. So if you want to send me your kid's information,
okay, the government is watching, so she's just joking.
You want to give me your kid's information? Wink.
You can't even see that's a terrible wink. I taught you how to wink.
I have Bill's palsy.
Okay, so don't be tell me to wink for you or something. That was terrible. Okay, stop trying. What was that? She just got something in her eyes, guys. What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I was winking.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I was winking.
I guess that was better.
Yeah. Maybe I wasn't trying so hard. Whatever. But then everybody's got and now everybody's got COVID.
Man, fuck COVID, man.
Every test that I took, I've always been negative. I'm not saying I never had it, because I don't know if I did or not.
Let me ask you a question.
But I'm just saying, you know, I mean, I'm so tired of talking about it too, but it's just so confusing with my job. You know what I mean? Like, one minute they're like, okay, everybody stay home. If you could work from home, work from home. Everybody that we gave equipment to, work from home for basically the whole month. Because it was like, we're going to be seeing a surge in this and forth. And I'm like, this is before Christmas. And I'm like, yeah, right, You know what I mean? And then, I know my daughter started getting, like, you know, a cough here and there or whatever. They're negative, but at the same time, like, now we're all in the same household. I'm getting sick. I'm sniffling. I'm coughing and stuff like that or whatever. You know, then the job is saying, like, oh, starting January 4th, you're going to have to submit if you're not vaccinated, you're going to have to submit a test every week. I'm like, I bet. And if you want to get vaccinated, we'll give you $100 for your first shot, and then another $100 when you're fully vaccinated with your second shot. But you also now have to get the booster to be completely vaccinated.
Okay.
So we had to submit it. So remember, January 4th was the day that they said that you have to, you know, that they're going to start this process. But January 9th, so every Sunday starting January 9th, you'd have to submit a negative COVID test. Now I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh shit, I've been having a cold for this past week.
Wait, huh? I'm sorry to cut you off, but what happens if you test positive?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Are they just going to make you work from home, or do you have to miss work because
I don't know? That's what was confusing me with the verbiage that they put in there. That's what was really confusing me. So I'm like, I don't really know if I'm supposed to submit a positive COVID test if I am positive, because if I do, then the only choice they have is to keep me home.
Yeah, but then what was the purpose of even doing all of that? Why didn't they just have you work from home?
I don't know.
Regardless.
Well, here's my dilemma though. I don't know. But my biggest dilemma was that they said starting January 6th, you should start, which was like a Thursday or Wednesday or something.
I'm not a fucking calendar. How would I know?
Yeah, okay. So it was a Thursday. It says starting January 6th, you should start like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You should start going to get your COVID test so that it could be readily available for you to download and submit to HR on Sunday by midnight or 11:59 on Sunday p.m. And so ever since January 6th or that week, I was calling, I was going online trying to set up appointments. Walgreens and CVS never have anything available. Everything's always booked. It was booked for 2 weeks. I had to make an appointment for the following week or the following 2 weeks to make sure that, you know, when that week comes, I'll have an appointment set up already. And I did that with going to King University, the parking lot. You know what I mean? Basically, it was hard to find testing.
Right.
It was hard to find anywhere that had testing because nobody did walk-ins anymore, and you had to make appointments, and nobody had appointments, and they're like, oh, go to urgent care. You go to urgent care, they're like, no, we don't take walk-ins. You have to set up an appointment for the COVID test because we're limited on COVID tests and we're limited on appointments.
You do know why that is, right?
No.
Because all these, well, I'm glad the mandate's gone now, but all these stupid mandates and all these stupid things are requiring people to take tests.
Yeah.
When you require people to take tests, well, then guess what? People are going to take tests. But we don't have an infinite amount of tests.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So everyone that needs to get tested every week was having that problem. So then they, you know, I contacted HR and I was like, look, I took my test on the 7th. That's the only day I could get it. But when I went there to get the test done, it was a rapid test. They said they're so backed up on processing the test that they can't do anything. And like it may take up to 5 business days for me to get a result, pretty much. So I'm like, that's going to miss my deadline of January 9th. Yep. So I contacted HR immediately and I said, look, I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out because I'm like, I don't want to lose my job. And if I lose my job, here's that's the sad part too. Like, if I lose my job because I didn't submit a positive, a negative result thing or whatever, or just submit my results, period, I could potentially lose my job. And if I lose my job, I'm not getting unemployment because unemployment, I looked it up. Unemployment basically says in the state of New Jersey, I'm not sure about anywhere else. Unemployment basically said that if there's a mandate for the either to get vaccinated or whatever, and if you choose not to get vaccinated, like or whatever, then they can't pay you unemployment because that's like you refusing to work.
Yes, it's pretty much what it is.
That's bullshit.
I mean, those the rules. So
well, anyway, so I got that problem, and my HR basically said, well, if it comes in at least by Monday, then submit it as soon as possible. So I was like, all right, bet. So it wound up coming in Sunday night at like 9 p.m. I was like, oh God, thank you. Try to submit it, but it didn't work. So I'm like, oh shit. So I wound up basically submitting it the following day on Monday. Okay, great. So then, like later on the following week after that, I go to get my test done again for the new week. And then, so now they're sending out an email saying like, oh, everyone's having a difficult time finding appointments and so forth. So therefore, we're not putting it as you have to submit it. You have to take your test on Thursday to submit it, you know, like the 3-day period, 72-hour period, or whatever. So they basically say like, oh, you can take it any time during the week, starting on a Monday all the way, and you can submit it from a Monday all the way till Sunday.
Right.
But that didn't make any sense to me, because if I took the test on Monday and I got my test results Monday or Tuesday,
right,
who's to say I'm not going to get COVID by Sunday?
Get a whole basic week. So again, this is the problem. You know, these tests make no sense. If you require somebody, right, to take a test, and then if they like, I just don't see the point, because if you test positive but you don't have symptoms, I'm not saying your job in particular, but most jobs want you to come to work if you are, if you're vaccinated, but you have a positive test and no symptoms, and you can come to work.
Yeah. Gosh.
Hold on. Then what is the point of taking the test? Taking the test is only going to tell me if I'm positive or negative. But if I'm negative, of course I'm going to go to work. But if I'm positive, I still go to work. So what was the point of me taking the test?
I don't know. And they were making healthcare workers as well, doctors and nurses, whoever. If you were asymptomatic, that means that you don't show any symptoms. You still have to report to work.
Yet, if you did not have COVID with no symptoms but not vaccinated, you got fired. But go ahead.
Oh yeah.
That makes no sense. But go ahead.
Yeah. So then when another notice came out from the government, basically saying like, a bill passed where it's not required for those companies that have 100 employees or more, for their unvaccinated employees to get a weekly test.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Make up your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Make up your mind. I don't understand.
Welcome to the world that we live in.
Make up your mind. I'll go either way, but if there's an option for me not to be vaccinated, I'm going to go that route. I'm literally waiting. I really want to see these trials to be over with, and that's going to determine if I'm going to get it or not. And people think I'm crazy. I'm like, I'm not crazy.
Man,
like, I just want to know.
At the end of the day, nobody knows, so nobody's crazy.
But if you think about
nobody's crazy.
When the flu first came out, right? When measles first came was a thing, don't you think everything that's happening now was happening then?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely
the hysteria about it. People probably fighting like, oh, you're not covering your face. Ah!
Oh, there was definitely I forget which whatever was big in the early 1900s. There was a whole anti-mask group that was like, we're not wearing masks. Well, I don't know if it was exactly mask, but it was some kind of face covering, and it was like a whole group, and they were just refusing to do it. And it's really no different than what happened now. Like, you know, like just. But that's the thing. What people don't realize is a lot of this stuff, you're infringing on people's rights with a lot of this stuff. Yeah. You literally have to disclose whether you know what I'm saying, like health information to people. Like you have to tell people, like that's not normal. Think about just how things work. Like you don't normally have to disclose your private business like this. But COVID says nah, yes you do. It's a lot like when 9/11 happened, and then they started. We had the Patriot Act, and we had this and this. They made up stuff just so they could, like, you know. So I mean,
yeah, that's crazy. But them taxes and no kids, that's a no-brainer.
That was still coming off the taxes. We still on taxes.
I'm sorry.
I didn't realize
pissed off. Like I'm like so mad because I'm like, I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna start going on vacation again.
You vaccinated?
I don't have to be vaccinated to places I'm going.
You sure? Because that changes every day too, man.
No, it does change every day.
They definitely make changes to what's required.
No, you're right. No, you're right. But like I said, I think the trials will be over with soon. So, you know, if anything, everything turns out good, I might get vaccinated at that time. But I'm not being a guinea pig right now. I'm not doing it. And then they're changing the shots, the booster shots. Like
They're changing everything.
Before it was like you get a booster shot once a year, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I felt was normal because that's what they used to do with one of the other vaccines when we were kids.
But now it's like every couple months, right?
No, it was 6. Yeah, then they changed it to 6 months, every 6 months, and then now I read again. It could not be true, but now I read it's going to be like almost every other month. Like you got to get a lot of that. You got to get a lot of boosters. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I read that with a couple of the vaccines. They're gonna add a warning to it because a certain number of people did get sick taking it. But again, that could have been fake too. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is nobody knows, and everybody pretends to be experts. And what we're supposed to do changes every day. Mandates change every day. Like it's
every day.
You know, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Every day. Yeah.
But you know, people want to argue and fight over something, and neither side knows the fuck they're talking about.
That's true. Like people just want to be fighting, just be fighting. All right. Well, okay. So you ever been on the phone? You don't got nothing to say. You don't got nothing.
I mean, I'm letting you do your thing.
I know, but you don't have nothing that you want to like get off your chest.
I mean, I started the show off with my thing, so we good. It was about you. Yes, I did. You don't remember?
About Boggle my Noggle?
Man, if you know, you know. If you don't know, that means you don't remember.
Oh my God, bro.
What?
Anyway, so I have this thing, like every single time I'm on the phone with someone, like it could be from, you know, basically something going on, like if I have to call someone at work, you know, with my work, or if someone calls me social wise, like at home or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Why does nobody hang up?
What do you mean when I'm hanging up?
Okay, so
conversation has to end.
Yeah, but like I'm on the phone with a customer, and then the customer's like, "Oh, you know, thank you so much. I really appreciate you calling, checking on me." Da, da, da. I'm like, "No, it's my pleasure. You're welcome. Thank you for whatever, and then you know, have a good day." And she's like, "Okay, thank you so much. Oh, it's just a pleasure speaking with you." And then and then, you know, so it's like such a long, drawn out goodbye, and then it's like, you know, I'm like, "Okay, thank you. Have a good day." And it's like she stays on the phone. Like, no one hangs up. That's what I'm saying.
Stays on the phone, like, still trying to talk to you?
No, they're just silent.
So they just
now.
forgot to hang up?
I don't think they forgot. They just wait. Like, people just... my daughter does that. Like...
What is she waiting for?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, why do people do that? Like, okay, so I thought the etiquette was that, for instance... Etiquette. Yeah, etiquette. You don't know what phone etiquette is?
Ain't no such thing.
Yes, there is.
I didn't mean there's no such thing.
Anyway, so like if I call you, right? I'm basically starting a conversation because I'm calling you for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm calling you, and you know, if you're the first one to say goodbye, should you be the first one to hang up, or should I be the first one to hang up?
The fuck? Who cares? Hang up the fucking phone when the conversation's over.
Okay, so why does no one hang up and everybody's just on the phone like...
Okay, but it's two people on the phone, right? The second that you feel like it's too long, hang up.
I understand.
The second they feel like it's been too long, hang up.
But then why do people sit there and listen like they got trust issues? Wait, like someone's going to talk about them.
So let me ask you a question. If you have time to hear them, right, not hang up the phone, that also means you didn't hang up the phone. So what are you waiting for? Because it's considered me hanging up on them. Okay, I can understand.
If I'm at
That's work. I'm not talking about work. I'm talking about personal.
Okay, personal. I do hang up. I wait a few seconds because if I heard, like, for instance, if I heard you say, I'm like, "Oh, wait, what's up?" "Oh, no, nothing. I'm like, "All right, cool." And then I hang up. But other than that, like, if I'm trying to find the fucking, you know, button to hang up, you know what I mean? My daughter just sits on the phone, like, we'll be like FaceTiming each other.
Yeah.
And she'll just be looking at me. I'm like, "Yo, hang up the phone."
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. If it's ever me, it's most likely because for whatever reason go ahead. What? Cause
you never ever been on the phone like in high school with a chick, and both of y'all didn't want to hang up.
Okay, that is a completely different thing than what you seem like you said. You said that you was talking to your daughter or this person or that person, and they just didn't hang up the phone for whatever reason.
Right.
That's different than you on the phone with somebody, but neither one of y'all want to hang up. But at the same time, you don't know what to do to extend the conversation. Mm-hmm. That's two different things. Because like I said, I know if it was me, there have been times where I thought the phone hung up and it didn't, and I didn't know. Or there's times where you just don't realize that you didn't hang up, or your hand, like, I don't know, depends on what you're doing, like, you just whatever. But like when you said about like FaceTime or whatever, I don't have an iPhone, so I don't FaceTime, and the stuff I do when it comes to video calling is so rare that I remember I was on with my brother one time, and I could not figure out how to hang up, and I'm sitting there like, yo, I don't know how to hang up. I'm asking him like, yo, can you hang up? And he was like, I don't know how to hang up. He was like, I was waiting for you. So it was just like, we both look like dumbasses because we didn't know how to hang it up. So I guess my point is, man, I don't know, like, sometimes people just don't realize they on the phone, or if you always the person that hang up, maybe they just used to you hanging up. So they might be like, yo, why the fuck she ain't hang up? Something must be wrong. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I don't have this problem, so it's hard for me to answer this one. Well, I'm just trying to provide some logic for you, so your Noggle could be at ease. But
do you have to emphasize on my Noggle?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's dumb.
It's not dumb. I'm never getting rid of it, so.
And I'm never gonna stop making fun of it. So, you know, sometimes.
So why don't you just stop saying Noggle? I'm gonna say Noggle. You say Noggin.
When I feel like making a joke out of Noggle, I think I will.
Whatever.
That's like telling Martin to stop making jokes about Pam. He couldn't do it. He couldn't resist. Like, he just had to. So.
Oh my God. You ever see some nonsense videos like on TikTok?
Yes. You mean I have to finish that? Yes. But go ahead.
Like, what's your biggest like peeve about the nonsense videos?
I mean, look. Well, first off, to me, there's no creativity in the world at all anymore, and TikTok to me is the biggest evidence of that. Like, listen. When I made my YouTube page, right? Like, it was, you literally had to be creative. You had to do things. All the people that like. It was a thing where you had to be creative, but now with social media being a way to where you could just do a 10-second video and this and that, and that's just the norm, it takes away the level of creativity you have to have. So now all people do is get some popular song or some popular quote from a movie or whatever, and they just lip sync it or lip it or whatever, and it's like, sometimes they're creative when they do it.
Oh, yeah.
And you could tell the people that are creative, they went and they put a whole costume on, or they did this, or they did something to show like, oh shit. Even though all they did was steal the most popular line from this movie, they still put some creativity in it. But there's so many people just regular, and they just and it's like, how is this funny? Like, how is this a thing? And they have a billion likes and this and that, and then you go to the comments, why? Anybody could have done that. So, like, no, that's my biggest problem with TikTok. There's very little, like, you have to search to find something good. Yeah.
There's this one guy, oh my gosh, I wish I remember his name.
That's another problem I have with TikTok. But go ahead.
What, the names?
No, it's like, I know I compare it to YouTube a lot, but, like, it doesn't do a good job of, like if I see a video if I go on TikTok right now and I see a video real quick, I'm like, oh, I really enjoyed that video. And if I accidentally close it or accidentally I go back, where is that video? Who was that video about? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
And now I have
Facebook does that too.
Yeah, now I have to figure out who that was, what that was.
Did that shit.
So, like, to me, that's kind of weird that it doesn't, like, but that shows me that they don't care about the creators. Yeah. They just wanted that 10-second live so you can go back on TikTok. Right. Not, oh, Johnny Smith did this funny video so I can go back to find Johnny Smith. No, it's fuck you, I want TikTok. So we're not even gonna make it easy for you. Yeah, their name is on there, but again, I just watched this video one time real quick for 10 seconds. I laughed. Now I'm trying to show you real quick, and because I didn't hit the share button, I'm just trying to show you, I lost it forever.
Yeah, so, I really hate that.
I'm sorry, I cut you off, but that really boggled my, noggin. I thought you thought I was gonna say noggin. Nah, but that really bothers me about TikTok. I can't even stand TikTok.
I actually like TikTok. I just haven't been on it. I have so many like ideas to create some, you know what I mean, that I think will be. I like to make people laugh. Like, I don't know. Some people be on there be serious with stuff, and that's cool. But I personally want it to laugh.
It doesn't seem like the platform for seriousness, but
No, I actually like some of them. Like, chiropractors be on there, dentists be on there, stuff like that. And they give you like a little synopsis, like, oh, well, this could happen if you chew ice a lot. you know, and it just be a quick
I
little,
got
you know, how to take care of this or how to take care of that, like a quick little tutorial. And, you know, so I like when people also use TikTok as well as YouTube
And I
for
think
tutorials. I like that a lot.
I think that's good. And I'm not a big fan of the 10-second fucking, you know, entertainment thing. But if it's done by people who are really creative and really do good stuff, or in the sense of you saying there's chiropractors and doctors and whatever, and they actually provide real information, I am good with that. There's just too much nonsense in between. Like,
but you're right, because it's like all I feel like is like, especially when it comes to women, I'm not saying there's none out there, but it's just a lot of like girls just trying to, again, you know, something that a lot of people kind of stood up for or was fighting against is like just show they shit, like show their body and how sexy they could be, or like, and the whole thing about, you know, twerking, and so, oh, you only mad because you can't twerk. No, I know I have a flat ass. I don't care to twerk. I will twerk if I want to.
Okay.
Flat ass or not, but I'm just what I'm saying is that I know that there gotta be more to you than just those videos. Like, when does it get old? Even with guys just showing, like,
I can answer this question.
I get like, I don't know about you. I get third party embarrassed for some people. Like when they do something, like but it's really with men. When men are being, or some of them trying to be sexy, and so they do that thing, like it'd be like, and they have to lick their lips and then pull their like hand over their head.
I mean, you're describing videos I would never watch, so I don't know.
And then they, you know, like,
you know, I'd have been clicked off.
And you're just like, okay.
I don't think I've seen a video of a man do that.
I get third party.
Go that far, so
I get embarrassed. Okay. I don't know. I get embarrassed with some people.
But to answer your other question, when do twerking videos and stuff get old and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm good with that. That can stay on TikTok.
Of course it can stay on
That can stay on TikTok. I have no problem. I'm just answering. You asked that question. You know what? All right. You stop answering questions you ask, and that's what you want.
Oh my god!
All I'm saying is you ask a question.
I just want to know something. Like, sometimes, like, you know how somebody finds a niche, right?
Yeah.
And so when they get like their most viral video, they tend to go off of that and like, okay, I gotta create more videos just like that one. Yeah. But, you know, instead of me being in the water, I'm gonna do it you know, in the skyline or something, like, or I'm gonna, you know, something crazy, like, you know what I mean? They swap the water out for ice. They swap the ice out for, you know, mud or something. I get you. Yeah. Like, but when does stuff like that get old? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it gets old when it gets old, right? Like I guess. Sometimes you don't know how long it takes for something to get stale. That's true. So, and sometimes I think that's my fear. Certain things age well, so they don't really get stale. Yeah, I think that's my fear though. When you're dealing with social media, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's bad enough that, like, for me, coming up with a podcast and naming it what I named it, like, there's so many people that they don't know me, and so therefore they know me because of the bad things that family, well, not like actual family, but family has said about me. Is things that other people that don't know me but don't like me has said about me, and they go based off of that. Of course, that's how. And so, the world works. You know what I mean. So therefore, I don't tell family, I don't tell friends, because everyone says that they support you, and they really don't. Yeah. So everybody be on your timeline looking at your shit, because this is why I put my stuff on my stories, because people will at least see it. But if I put it and make a post about it, no one's gonna like it. No one that I know is gonna like it. Yeah, so I don't tell nobody shit, because it's like, what's the point? Because you're not gonna support me, but yet I hear you talking about me to someone else, and then that someone else would say something to someone else. Oh, Monique got this, and Monique named it blah blah blah, or Monique da 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 da, and you're just like, well, why don't you come and ask me? Okay, like, why are you going back to someone else and talking about me and talking about what I'm doing? Get yourself a life. So let me ask you a question. Yeah. But what is your ultimate goal for your podcast? Is your goal? I want to be. Is that a word for a podcast? Because I've always wanted to be in radio. Okay. You know, I did myself a disservice by listening to family and friends that discouraged me from doing what I want to do in my life. Because I feel like I could have been on radio. You know, so with the podcast, I feel like I've never been heard. So I use this podcast as an outlet for people to understand who I am, because I'm really not the person that a friend might sit here and say something nasty about me, or think that I'm a nasty. Like, when I say nasty, I'm not talking about mean. I'm talking about, like, you know, sexually or whatever. But
my question was, like, so your goal for your podcast is to be successful, and you want to have a lot of listens. And
I want to be on iHeartRadio.
Okay,
I want to be on Laugh Out Loud.
I got you. So,
like, you don't understand. I want to be on Tidal.
So let me give you a little bit of advice, right? You said that you didn't post stuff on certain things because you didn't want this family member to say this, or you didn't want this person to say that. Or, like, I think that's wrong. And I'll use me as an example. There are things that I don't post on my personal page simply because I just don't want to be spamming family members, and I don't want to be spamming my friends. So I only post a handful of things on my personal page, and I leave it for other stuff. However, I will never not post something because I'm worried about what this person's going to say or do. Because here's the thing that I think you're not realizing. If you post it there, and this person that doesn't like you, they still might click and watch it. They might not click the like button. They might not tell people they listen to your show.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, but that's still good. You're still
I understand that.
So you still getting the click. You're still getting the viewer. They might be watching every single one of your videos. They might be this and that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, while you're discouraged from doing that, you got undercover fans. Undercover fans still work. Their views and whatnot still count.
I understand that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I don't tell them personally. But I will still I don't. I discourage what I'm saying is that I discourage myself not from posting anything. I've discouraged myself from letting them know what's going on, because when I post something, I don't barely get any likes. Right. So therefore, I'd rather put it on, for instance, a reel, because it automatically comes up and you're gonna see it, because you're gonna get a notification. Monique just posted a new reel. She hasn't posted in a long time. The Board MILF has posted a new video, or Board MILFs have this and for whatever, right? Yeah. So what I'm saying is that I have steadily been posting things as my stories for 24 hours. Yep. You know what I mean? Because I know at that point, you're watching what I do. Everyone watches what I do, but no one wants to applaud you. No one wants to give you your flowers. Yeah, no one wants to give me my flowers while I'm here. Man. And when I die, I swear to God, I'm going to have a fucking... People don't feel me. Mm. I'm going to have a fucking guest list for my death.
You're going to have a guest list?
Yep. Because I have a handful of people, and you all know who you are, that actually support me with this podcast and with anything else that I've ever wanted to do. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And when I say handful, I literally mean a handful.
So let me ask you a question, though. What if somebody who is your friend, or who whatever, what if they don't support the podcast, though? Do they have to?
No. No one has to support it, but you don't have to talk bad about it.
What if they don't like it? What if they genuinely feel like...
B, it's one thing to talk to me about it. It's another thing to go to someone else behind my back and talk to someone else and say you don't like it, or you don't this and that for them. Talk to me. If you my friend and you talk to me. You don't have to agree with what I do. You don't have to agree with what I say. You don't have to agree with anything about my life. Yep. But if we are cool and we're friends, you should be woman enough or man enough to come to me and say, I'm not going to support your podcast, one, because of the name, or whatever. Or two, I don't really like the stuff that you talk about. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Or I don't like podcasts, so I really can't support it because I don't like podcasts. Okay. That's cool too. Cool. But I've had people go behind my back and talk about my podcast to other people that don't know me. And therefore, you put a seed, when you go back behind someone's back, you put a seed in someone else's head, and that person already perceives you as what's being said to them.
Yeah, it's the whole point of doing that.
Right. So everybody's always recruiting people to dislike me because they don't dislike me for whatever the reason is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, at the end of the day, I'm just out living my life, and it's like everybody feels like I can't live my life. I shouldn't live my life because of this, and you should live your life because of that. And that was my downfall earlier on in my life.
So what have you changed?
just doing what I want to do now and not listening to anybody.
Let's say that again. That sounds like music to me. You know, I like hearing stuff.
Doing what I want to do now and not listen to what anyone has to say. Regardless, like, I have to live my life. It's like you used to say before. It's too short.
Yeah. And
I don't know when I'm leaving here, and therefore I'm going to leave a staple of some sort.
Yeah.
And even if it, again, my dedicated 10 subscribers, I love them so much. Like
10 subscribers to what?
To my podcast.
So that's on what? Like which?
Everything.
No, like okay, I don't know.
Spotify.
So right.
Anchor.
So it's 10 the total of all of them, or so do you have separate subscribers for each, or how does that work?
I don't know. I have a graph that shows me where the majority of my listeners come from.
And it's all combined data from all of those sites? Okay. Again, I don't have a podcast. I don't know how that works. I know how, like with my music, some of it's separated and I can see like what comes from here over there. So that's all I was asking.
Look, I get a lot of, I feel like I have a lot of listens throughout this season and last season. I have like 1,500 listens, meaning people, even if they clicked on it and then they logged out of it or whatever, but you know, So when I seen that number, I got kind of excited. I'm like, oh wow! But there's some stories that get a lot more attention than others. So, you know what I mean?
that's
and those are the stories that I have to actually do on my own. But you know, other than that,
that's good. Like, you know, it's always good to pour through all that data because it definitely could guide you on where to go next and how things move.
But you know, but look, I'm serious. Like before we end this, because I'm gonna give us like 9 more minutes, but I'm serious. Like because of how I lived my life listening to other people, family or friends, and I didn't achieve what I wanted to do. I was in a shell. Like, and that's what people don't understand. Like, they have a big influence on some people like myself, but people know that, and they act like they want to help you succeed and move forward in your life and be who you need to be, when they're only doing is locking you up and bringing you down because they know that they can. You know what I mean? And when I gave so many people so much power, again, like family to friends and to lovers. Like, I gave so many people power that I was hidden behind everybody. Nobody knows the real me. Right. They may know, oh, Mooney did this and she did that, and that's all you know, something I did. Like, you don't know who I am though. And therefore, I swear to God, when I die, I'm going to have a guest list. And if you show up there, because what people tend to do is that when you die, you could be the sweetest and nice person, but because someone didn't like something that you did, they want to put shame on your fucking name. And it's like, it's already been done and dealt with. People already fucking know. I told everything to my kids. And I told them, the reason why I'm telling you all this shit is because if I die, I don't want nobody coming to you acting like they're about to destroy your life with some type of little secret or some shit that they feel like, you know, they're gonna get some type of joy out of. Oh, well, your mother wasn't who she really was. I've been to funerals when people done that, when families done that.
Listen, I believe people do that, which is why, you know, I've always subscribed to what you're saying now about not giving people power over you and da-da-da.
Yeah.
Because, like, it ain't nothing nobody could never say to make me out of being me. Like,
exactly.
You know, and that's one thing, you know, I really pride myself on, because it's hard to get too far down or this and that, because I don't have this added thing to where I have to worry about what anybody's gonna say or you know, they're like, people can't walk up to me and say something to me and just like, it can't happen because I already like so, you know, I'm just happy to hear you talking that way, because you know,
people see, the thing with it is they talk so much shit and they want to talk shit to my kids, but they never want to come to me.
That's how it always is.
But why? I mean, you're so big and bad, right? But you always go to my kids and you want to talk the shit. But you'll never come to me because you think
But that's the thing about people. They aren't who they say they are. They not.
But you're weak if you have to go to someone's child.
Don't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're so fucking weak. You're weak. You're weak. You know what I mean? Like, you're so fucking weak. And I try to take the high road by not saying shit. And then that's what people feel like.
Is that the high road?
But that's what I said. People feel like that, oh, well, that makes you look weak. That makes you look like, this and forth or whatever.
You started that sentence off with people say. Fuck what people say. Is that the high road to you? That's what I'm saying.
It is the high road to me because at the end of the day, you're not taking away my integrity and you're not taking away my dignity for me to stoop down to your fucking level so that I could get in your face and argue with you over something that is a non-factor to anyone's life.
If that's the high road for you, then that's it. That's all the approval you need. You don't need the approval over somebody or from somebody who you clearly don't even like in the first place.
Yeah.
Or respect or whatever. So you don't even need their approval. So like, look, I said a long time ago that I live in the United States of Derek Boss, and people laugh and people are like, what does that mean? But it literally means that like, yo, like I control, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that makes me happy, everything that revolves in my world. It don't like, there is nothing else more important than what I think.
Yeah.
Like I am the controller of everything. So
exactly.
Why would I give that power to anybody?
Exactly. No, you're right. You're right. So, it's just harder for people like me because I'm so more of a sympathetic and empathetic. Like I feel your feelings. Mm-hmm. And so now I care and I want to fix it.
But you could still be.
You know what I mean? Like I want to be there for you. Like
you
people
can still be that.
People just really don't understand that type of person I am. Like I'm so thoughtful and so considerate, and it's too much. But so you take that and you think that I'm an easy prey, but it's like I'm a volcano though. That's the bad part about me.
Me too.
Is because I let you keep doing shit. You think people think you're dumb. And it's like, no, I witnessed and I observed everything that you're fucking doing, bro. When it gets to a point where I had a fucking enough, then that's it. And then all of a sudden you're crazy. You know what I mean?
Again, who cares if you're crazy? And you know what? I own being crazy. So like, I don't worry about somebody saying I'm crazy or somebody. Like, I own who I am. So I'm not worried about the backlash that I'm going to get for something that I did or something that I'm going to do. So like that's the thing that you know what I mean? Be yourself. You said earlier like you're the type of person that you're empathetic and you care and you this and that and you always want to help. You could still be that person. The only thing you need to do is if you give and you listen and whatever and it goes south, you need to just say fuck it and fuck you and just keep moving. Don't worry about it. Don't dwell on it. Don't look. It's like people, you know what people do?
I've already been doing that.
But people look back and be like, oh, I wasted this. I wasted that. But and if you look at it and value wise, I guess you could say you wasted it. But at the time, you was doing what you wanted to do. You was doing what you thought was going to help somebody. You was doing what you felt was the right thing.
And that's what I'm saying.
So that's all that matters. Once you move on and go on to the next thing, that shouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you look at it and be like, oh, so what the fuck what? You did what you thought was right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like for me, again, like there's a lot of things that I do in my life that the intentions was good and I thought it was right or whatever, and it turned out bad. And people can say whatever they want about it, and I'm just gonna move on and keep going. Like I can't sit and worry about what somebody else think. I already know my intentions was good. I already know what I did was good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about how it looks to other people. I'm not worried about what people are gonna say. Listen, I've heard that what some things that people said about me or some people think and it's like people thought that way about me for years. I didn't even know, but it is what it is. I don't really care. It's like that person don't change anything in my life, so
right.
I don't care. Like I don't,
right?
You know what I mean? And it's like,
I think a lot of people know, and if you're listening, I hope you are. Like, you're not invited to my funeral.
Oh my god, nigga, you dead? You know that, right?
Huh?
Nothing. I'm just saying that.
Please
in that
believe
case,
me.
you be dead.
My daughters know. My daughters already fucking know. I'm not playing. My funeral is gonna be very fucking small because a lot of people be in your face, or a lot of people act like they with you, and they're not. Like, you have a different category of friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you have friends that you could be, like, you could talk about your most intimate things, about how you feel about life, about this and that and forth. And then you just have friends that you could just chill and be social with and just go out and have fun. Then you got other friends that's kind of a mixture of both. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so you have your responsible friends, your irresponsible friends. You have your friends that are like, very heartwarming, and you got your friends that are hardcore, like, you know what I mean, or whatever. I'm not talking about those groups of people. I'm not talking about people that you don't always chill with every single day, because you don't need to chill with everybody every day. Mm-hmm. But what I'm talking about are those people that feel like they know you, and it could be just because of some type of blood relation or connection through someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whatever. And it's just like, no, you don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you. And don't come to my fucking funeral acting like you just there for my kids. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you and your whole entire fucking family. Fuck you. Wow. You're coming there to start some shit with my kids. And you best believe I'm gonna put some fucking curse on you. And I'm gonna be up in your house scaring the shit out of you every fucking day until you fucking die.
So you just know you're gonna have to...
Hell fucking yeah, I'm gonna have that power. Hell fucking yeah. Fucking the credit score and everything. I'm just saying.
How you know the credit score ain't already fucked up? It might already be fucked up.
Whatever. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, I had to get that off my chest because I just hate people that want to sit there and throw dirt on your name, like literally throw dirt on your name after you die to your family, like it's some big surprise. Okay. Oh, that's why I don't like I can't do it with my kids. Like, you know, people do that in the families all the time. There's secrets, this and that. I was like, nah, I can't do that no more. So I sat my kids down and I explained shit to them. Everything that they need to know about me, they already fucking know. So there's no way anyone's gonna tell them something that they're gonna be surprised about. Nothing. You can't be surprised about nothing. When I die, you're not gonna be surprised about anything. Because I told them, so you're gonna have people come to you and say, your mother wasn't the goody two shoes. This is what people said about me. She thinks she all perfect. She thinks she this and that. Hold on. No, I don't. You think I am because I'm a nice fucking person. Because I give my last to people. That's why. You're angry at a person because they're nice.
Sounds like a thing.
Somebody's stupid. Get a life. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not playing. I'm dead ass serious. You think I'm bugging. I'm not. I already started making my fucking list.
I never said you was bugging.
I started making my fucking list.
I'm making light of things because, you know, I feel like I'm the comic relief character on the show, so I'm just making light
I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm literally making a list. And you know, I don't know about you, but I feel bad if I don't talk to somebody and I heard that they die. I'm not going to. I can't pay respect to somebody that didn't have respect for a living.
Okay.
Or because I knew you and maybe we were friends at one point. If I don't hang out with you or we had a falling out or this and the fourth, okay, I'm going to pay my respects by myself, but I'm not going to show face at a few. I can't do that. That's just not me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
Again, only one person can say if you're wrong or not.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think that's it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I should have got the big can of Red Bull. It didn't last the whole episode.
I think that was a good first episode for the new year.
Oh my God. It's good. What is the thing? Yeah, we're beyond the middle of January. So no, it's not the new year anymore. We're not beyond
the middle of January.
The middle of January will be like the 15th.
Ooh, 3 days from the 15th. Oh, ooh.
It's past.
Ooh, 3 days.
We're way past the Happy New Year's.
Ooh, 3 days. You're really gonna, it's 3 days past 15?
Yeah.
Really, dude?
Really, 15 is beyond the cutoff.
Oh my God.
The cutoff is like, I don't know, like the 8th or something.
Oh my God, I can't.
You know.
Well, everybody, I guess that concludes our episode. Thank you so much for listening. It's actually a video as well, so I'm going to upload that to YouTube within the next day or so. And thank you to my co-host Scooby the Gambler and Red Bull. And don't forget to go check them out on Facebook and YouTube at STG.
You could just Google my name. It's faster.
STG on MCU. Some really dope content about Marvel, the Marvel Universe. And yes, you can Google his name, Scooby the Gambler.
You put the emphasis on the. Of course it's the.
Because some people will be the, like, THA.
No, it's no fucking thing. It's THA.
Scooby the Gambler.
There's no 2 E's. There's 1 E. THE.
Shut up.
You just said the. They write with 2 E's in
God.
it. If you told me the, I'm putting 2 E's in it.
That made no sense, really. To be honest with you.
Oh my God. If you put the, if you say the, how many E's is in
I'm
the?
not doing that.
Exactly. Because you know how many E's is in the.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
All right.
I'm not doing it.
There's 2 E's in the.
Okay, that's the end of our episode, guys. Lord willing, I'll be posting a lot more content, and check out my my TikTok, everything is always the bored MILF, which is so crazy how that was available.
Wait, you said something about twerking, so you're gonna be twerking on your TikTok?
Oh, hell no.
You just said you
So
would.
people can make fun of me? No, I'm good.
But you just said you would.
I'm good. I do twerk when I feel like it.
If it ain't on TikTok, you ain't twerking.
Whatever. Oh, it's not valid?
Not valid.
Whatever. Well, thank you again, everyone. And remember, if I'm bored and you're bored, then let's talk. Have a good day.
I gotta stop right.
You gotta push that. I need to get a snack.